A cartoon that got pulled from every single archive on Earth because of how violent 30 seconds of it actually are. A live broadcast that convinced an entire country a ghost story was real news. And a game file that's been rewriting the rules of internet horror for over a decade. Some things get lost by accident, these 10 did not. Honestly, this is one of the wildest things the BBC has ever aired. Halloween night, 1992, they broadcast what looked like a live TV special, hosted by actual, real, trusted news anchors investigating a haunted house. Except it wasn't real. It was scripted fiction presented exactly like a live broadcast. No disclaimer breaking the illusion. People genuinely believed they were watching a real haunting unfold live on the BBC. It caused actual nationwide panic. Emergency phone lines got flooded. There were reports it was linked to a young viewer's death, and the BBC banned it from ever airing again in the UK for over a decade. A ghost story got a network broadcast banned. That's the kind of power lost media used to have. This is genuinely considered the holy grail of lost film. It is a 1927 silent horror movie starring Lon Chaney, and it's gone. Like, completely gone. The last known copy burned in a vault fire at MGM in 1965, and no other print has ever surfaced since, even though studios have offered actual cash rewards for it. All that's left are a handful of production photos, and honestly, they're disturbing enough on their own. Chaney's character has this, I don't really know how to describe it, filed teeth, bulging eyes, top hat. It's said to be one of the creepiest character designs of the silent era, and we'll genuinely never know if the movie lives up to it. Apparently there was a low-budget children's TV show that aired on local access channels sometime in the 80s about a pirate ship called the Cove, with puppets that people who watched it as kids swear looked wrong. Off-model, handmade in a way that felt less like a puppet show and more like something else entirely. There is no surviving footage, no station records confirming it even aired. It exists only in people comparing memories online and going, wait, you remember that too? I mean, either a genuinely disturbing kids show got completely wiped from history, or a whole bunch of people convinced themselves they remember something that never existed. Both options are upsetting. Legend goes there's a lost, unfinished Mickey Mouse cartoon test reel from the early days of Disney animation. Silent, grainy, black and white, where Mickey just walks in a loop for minutes with no music, no sound, nothing. And then, it is said, the person watching it hears a distorted scream right before the file corrupts itself and becomes unplayable. Every time. Disney has never confirmed this cartoon exists in any official capacity, which, sure, normal. Supposedly, a local TV station accidentally aired a segment during an actual emergency broadcast Supposedly, a local TV station accidentally aired a segment during an actual emergency broadcast interruption, the kind that's supposed to just be a beeping tone and a message, except this one allegedly showed distorted, screaming faces for a few seconds before cutting back to normal programming like nothing happened. No station has ever confirmed the broadcast, no footage has ever definitively surfaced, but people who claim they saw it live describe the exact same visual details independently years apart, which is the part that always gets me. So when Twin Peaks first aired, the US version left Laura Palmer's killer a mystery. That was the whole point of the show. But for the European home video release, David Lynch was contractually required to shoot an actual ending that revealed who did it, in case the show never got picked up for a second season. That footage got locked away for years, barely seen, because Lynch himself hated that it existed. He felt revealing the killer early undid the entire point of the story he was telling. When it finally surfaced on old international VHS tapes, fans described the tone as genuinely disturbing. Almost wrong on purpose, like watching a version of the show that was never supposed to exist, which, in a way, it actually wasn't. This is a 1946 Popeye cartoon that got pulled from circulation and banned from ever airing again because of how genuinely brutal the violence in it is. Like, cartoon violence is usually slapstick, right? Like a bonk on the head, stars circle around, everything's fine. I love that cartoon bonk sound, the bonk. This one apparently does not play that way. It's been quietly kept out of every Popeye compilation and box set since basically the 50s, and the studios never really explained why beyond it's too much, which for a network that lets Popeye get run over by trains constantly definitely says a lot, okay? I want to say up front that this one is pure internet legend. So far, nothing is verified. The story goes that there is a leaked, unaired SpongeBob episode where the animation slowly degrades, the audio distorts, and Squidward's character just breaks down over the runtime, ending on an image that got the whole thing scrubbed from wherever it was supposedly leaked. Nickelodeon has never acknowledged this exists in any capacity, official or otherwise. It's almost certainly fan-made creepypasta at this point, but it's stuck around in internet lore for over a decade for a reason. So I'm including it. I'll pass on ever looking for the actual file though, so thank you so much. The 1903 Alice in Wonderland. This is real history, actually documented, as if Alice in Wonderland wasn't already strange enough. It is one of the oldest surviving narrative films in existence, and for decades it was considered basically lost, existing only as scattered, decaying fragments in private collections. When a mostly complete print finally resurfaced, restorers found the film stock had degraded in ways that made Alice's face warp and distort on screen. Not intentional effects, surprisingly, just a century of decomposition. So the creepiest version of Alice in Wonderland ever put to film wasn't designed that way. Time did that on its own, which, again, knowing Alice in Wonderland is very surprising. I wouldn't have even been surprised if it was actually just designed that way and we had to tone it down a little for modern audiences. Alice in Wonderland is quite the trip. If you know internet horror at all, you definitely know this one. The legend is a guy bought a used Majora's Mask cartridge at a garage sale and it was haunted. In the save files, there was the name Ben. NPCs in the game were staring directly at the camera. The game was slowly corrupting itself around him. It's one of the most influential pieces of creepypasta ever written, genuinely. It basically created the cursed game file genre that 100 other stories have copied since. It is fiction. Everyone involved has confirmed it's fiction, and it's still the one that gets brought up first every single time this topic comes up over a decade later. That's actually kind of impressive, I'm not gonna lie. So this one just goes down in the history of internet lore. All right, guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I will see you again soon.